Local news that matters. You're watching KLBK Bright and Early.
Welcome back to you. Jordyn Moore joins us now. She is a mother, a Texas Tech graduate, and now an author. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here too.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. So her new children's book is just so beautiful and unique. It's called A Tribe of Her Own, and it explores the importance of teaching our babies and everyone to just love themselves the way they are. So excited to have you here. What started the inspiration for moving forward on this?
This book is really based on my childhood, and it's kind of set around a conversation that I kind of wish my parents would have had with me growing up. And after having a daughter, I just came to the realization that I wanted to empower her to be truly who she is. And so I was like, what better way than a children's book?
This conversation centers around being biracial, right?
For me, it's because I grew up in a white and black household. My mom is white, my dad is black. And in my environment that I grew up in, I wasn't really accepted for just being me. I was told a lot of times that I was too white to hang out with certain people and that I was too black to hang out with other people. So just being able to embrace the fact that I am both and that it was okay for me to be both and I didn't have to have the acceptance of everybody else was really what inspired it.
And it leaves you in a confused place because there's nothing that we want more as humans than to find our own tribe, to be accepted and to be loved. And so you kind of feel like you're left in limbo there. But this is powerful for everyone because no matter what race you are, no matter who you are, it's important, so important to accept yourself the way you are. So walk me through this book, kind of from beginning to end.
Okay, so it's about a little girl named Belle. Obviously her parents are white and black, just like mine, but she is getting ready for the school day, kind of examining herself in the mirror. She's looking at her hair, she's looking at the way she walks, she's practicing her talking. She's just trying to get an understanding of what makes her so different or what's making her feel so different from her peers. And then she gets frustrated. So in her frustration, she goes to her parents, she explains to them that she just feels different, and then her parents sit her down and have a conversation about all of the different things that she gets to have because she has two cultures in her household. And they kind of go through some of those things, and then at the end, she's like, this is great. Like, now I understand it's okay for me to be unique, and now I get to choose a tribe of my own. I don't have to try to fit into a box.
And you know, sometimes it's really confusing because you get the question, who do you identify more with?
Right.
Which for kids, that's confusing. It's like, well, that's not how it works. I'm just one person.
Right.
And to be able to celebrate that, and you know, I think authenticity is one definition is when one's self-expression is in alignment with one's internal sense to self, right? That kind of is what this book centers around, right?
Yes, for sure. Authenticity is essential.
Yes, and then we know that embracing your own authenticity promotes personal well-being, overall fulfillment, and you know, you're able to have stronger relationships. So what was it like reading this book to your babies the first time?
It was good. It was really good. My oldest daughter is 4, she's about to be 5, and then my youngest is 7 months, so she doesn't really understand what's going on. But Emerson was really accepting of it, and I think it really opened her eyes that it was okay for her to just be herself, even though technically she's not biracial, but she does have mixed blood because I am biracial. And so just her being able to embrace that and embrace who she is. One of the things that she really liked is that her hair was curly like hers. That's something that something that we struggle with. She's like, I don't want my hair to be curly. And I'm like, you do. Trust me.
Curly hair is so beautiful.
Yes.
And you've read this book to classes around the South Plains.
Yes.
Talk to me about some of the reactions from the kiddos when you read it to them.
It was very refreshing. A lot of them, they grasped the fact that it was about me And the fact that they could draw a conclusion that I wrote this because of an experience that I had at such a young age was really cool to see. Yeah. A lot of the kids in the Lamesa area related to it because they are biracial, and so they picked out some things in the book that they identified with themselves. Yeah. And I even had some teachers crying because they were like, this is my granddaughter, or this is my kid. And so it was really cool to see.
Well, you know, when you told me about this, I thought of a quote, and I have it here. The quote, the most important thing you'll ever do in your life is to learn to embrace your unique, honest self, a boundless, infinitely populated universe, and there's nothing else here quite like you. This is your power. All those things that make you strange and different also make you irreplaceable.
Yes.
And that is just so important for everybody to realize that they are beautiful precisely the way they are, and there's no need to change. You always want to improve who you are and grow and learn, but you're okay how you are. And that's powerful, and it brings a wholeness to your life, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So glad you wrote this book. How can people get a hold of it and read it to their little ones?
It is available at Wild Lark Books, which is downtown on Broadway. And then it is on Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, really anywhere books are sold.
Awesome. And finally, you know, what is the main key point you want people to take away and kind of welcome into their hearts with this book?
I just really want people to be okay with who they are. I want them to find and identify for themselves who they are and not what the world tries to tell them that they are, and embrace that and walk it out.
And that can be hard, but just shut it out. Shut all the voices out telling you who they think you should be, because you're gonna have a lot of people doing that.
Yep.
And just move forward and listen to your own gut, right?
Yes.
Well, I'm so glad you came today. Thank you so much for coming, Jordyn.
Thank you.
All right, we've got a short break, and of course we're going to upload all this information online so you have access to it, and we'll be right back.